One fine day in the middle of the night, two dead kings got up to fight.
You know, I've always said that some Elder Scrolls Online players like the character of Sir Cadwell a bit too much, and now they've gone completely crazy, just like Cadwell. Hey everybody, it's Spopes. In the wake of ESO's 2026 reveal stream on January 7th, there has been a plethora of misinformation, disinformation, doomerism, etc. Now, I want to start the video off by saying this is not aimed at the people who are merely skeptical about the track record of ZeniMax Online Studios, ZOS, the developers of ESO, the failed promises in the past, the fact that this is a sharp left turn. All of that is completely substantiated. I myself am skeptical, but I'm also hopeful for specific reasons. I have delved into the information they've provided in great detail. You can check out some of my other recent videos for more detailed information on all these topics. If you're skeptical, I understand and I'm actually on your side. What this video is meant to do is clear up some of the actually incorrect information that's circulating, whether it's blatantly incorrect, like the facts are just wrong, or it's a misinterpretation of the facts. Context is everything, and in this video, I aim to provide the context as to why I am hopeful about 2026 in ESO, the switch to seasons, the battle pass, everything. I think all of the new changes are actually good signs, and by the end of this video, you might actually agree with me. But before we dive into the 10 craziest claims I've heard about the season changes in ESO recently, please do make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Please like, hype, and share the video. And please also join the Spopes Army as a member to support me directly. We're going to start with what I believe is probably the craziest claim out there. The idea that with the advent of seasons, the game is now more expensive. This is just factually incorrect. To some degree, it's also misinterpretation, but it's really just a misreading of the bald, basic facts. So let's break it down. Yes, a battle pass is coming to ESO. Yes, there are 2 paid tracks. The basic premium Tamriel tome costs $15, and they come out with one every 3 months, so that's basically $5 per month. Then if you want to get the premium plus pass, and all that does is speed up your progress through the Tamriel tome's battle pass, it also gives you a unique collectible. That is $30 across the season or $10 a month. This is one of the rewards you get with the premium pass, this new mount, and with the premium plus, you just get this costume. Now, what I hear people saying, and this is just completely factually incorrect, is that now to play the game, you have to pay for ESO Plus, and you have to pay for the Battle Pass every 3 months. So ESO Plus is give or take like $140 a year. The Battle Pass is $120. So people are saying it now costs over $250 a year to play the game. Now, this is factually incorrect on a few different levels. First, if you are an ESO Plus subscriber, you get 1 Premium Plus Tamriel Tome free per year. So that takes the cost of the Premium Plus, if you're getting it for the whole year, down to $90. I think this is something that people are just missing, or they're ignoring it, or whatever. But really, the biggest elephant in the room, and check out the linked video for the actual elephant mount we're getting soon in the game, but the elephant in the room is that the Battle Pass is free. There are no more paywalls in the game. You get all new content for free now. Previously, DLCs and content passes cost $40 or $50 for the year. That cost is completely taken out of the equation. The only thing that is locked behind the Battle Pass is cosmetics, the premium rewards. There is also a very small quantity of trade bars that you get with the Premium Pass. But again, all that the trade bars unlock is cosmetic items, the kind of stuff that you could get at the Impresario before in exchange for event tickets. You do not have to buy the Premium Pass to play the game. The Premium Pass is not a paywall, and I'm talking about the $15 per season version. You most definitely do not have to buy the Premium Plus Pass. All that gives you is accelerated progress in the pass and just like one dinky costume. This is one of the claims where I've really just been like, Huh? Have you guys all turned into Cadwell? What is going on here? This is completely insane. The game is actually cheaper now because there's no paywall for the year's content. And if you really think that cosmetics are content, if you really think that they're paywalling the content by making some of the cosmetics only achievable through the battle pass, are you mad that they sell anything else in the Crown Store? I mean, if you really think that, if you think cosmetics are content, you belong down in Coldharbour with Cadwell singing insane songs. The game is not more expensive now on the basic premise of the fact that there's no content pass, there is no chapter you have to buy. The battle pass is inherently free, and all you get with the paid version is cosmetics. Now, I've had people saying in the comments, I'm a paid shill for Zos. If so, where do I send my invoice? And check out some of my previous content. I am exacting and brutal on them when it's appropriate. When I'm upset with something the studio does, I tell them all about it. I just try to stay in the light of the facts. I don't let my confirmation bias and my depleted dopamine levels, which I don't have. I have lots of nice dopamine. Thank you very much. But I don't let my neurochemistry or my bias dictate my opinion. I stick to the truth. And the truth is that $120 we're talking about, that's only if you buy the Premium Plus pass, which only accelerates your progression through the pass and gives you one costume. And in any case, neither the Premium or the Premium Plus pass are necessary to access the new content that's coming out because the new content is all free. I just really hope that clears that up. On to point number 2. I've already covered this to some degree, but I feel like it's important to address this point on its own. I've also been hearing that you have to buy the Battle Pass to access the new content. Again, categorically false. Let's just read it straight from their mouth. Crucially, all new gameplay content included in this season. All new gameplay content, be it a new zone, dungeon, storyline, system, class, or skill line, will be free for all base game players. It's free. We want to remove the barriers to new content we've had in the past. And now, all ESO players can enjoy all of Tamriel's new features at no cost and at the same time together. Yeah, they're also rolling out the updates at the same time on all systems now. So again, categorically false. All new content is free. You do not have to buy the Battle Pass to access it. All that is in Tamriel Tomes is cosmetics or currency to buy cosmetics. They might also have things like XP scrolls and whatever, but that's what everyone calls trash rewards anyway, so why does it matter? But speaking of trash rewards, let's move on to point number 3, the third most insane claim I've been hearing recently ever since the reveal. I've been hearing a lot that all the rewards in the free track of the Tamriel Tomes Battle Pass, again, the free version, are going to be terrible, like XP scrolls, potions, poison, crown, food, etc. Nope, just again, completely factually incorrect. Just in this tome, we're getting a complete armor set. The first tome is called the Tome of Dawn and Dusk. This is what you're getting in it: an armor set, a skill style, and a brand new weapon style. But that doesn't really matter to me. What does matter is every season you're going to be able to get 8,000 Seals of Endeavor. There's calling them seals now, but Seals of Endeavor is what we're used to. And these come from weekly challenges. There are no more daily endeavors to grind. And if you do buy the pass, you can just grind these out even when the season is over. You also get 9,000 trade bars, again, in the free track. That's the equivalent of 90 event tickets. And that's on top of the event tickets you already get through events. So they're basically giving away free event tickets, and you can use them anytime at the new Gold Coast Bazaar. Check out my video on the Gold Coast Bazaar for more information. And there will also be 6 crown crates just in the free pass. And I'm confident there's going to be a lot more than just that in the free Tamriel Tome. So every season you can get 8,000 Seals of Endeavor. That increases the amount you can get per year by something like 30%, maybe a little bit more. And again, without having to do the daily grind of endeavors at all. It's all weekly challenges. You can re-roll your weekly challenges. You can hold up to 12 of them at a time. And just as you progress through the battle pass, you'll get your seals. And then you also get trade bars, which again, check out my video for more details. But you can use these to get collectibles that were previously FOMO'd that you couldn't get anymore. They're even going to have some Crown Crate items in there, if you can believe Nick Giacomini in the reveal stream. And speaking of Crown Crates, over this season, there will be 6. I admit that's not particularly generous, but Crown Crates are not trash rewards. So claim number 3, everything in the free pass is trash. Well, I've just trashed that claim. Moving on to claim number 4. And this one just seems like pure hysteria and hyperbole to me, but it's the idea that the items in the Gold Coast Bazaar will cost some crazy amounts of trade bars to get. So for those who don't know, the Gold Coast Bazaar is a new storefront in the game where you're going to be able to turn in trade bars, which you get from the Battle Pass, from events, and also from various other activities in exchange for previously FOMO'd items. This also is replacing the impresario and her assistant for events past U49. But the way this will work, and it's been confirmed in later articles, is the rate of exchange of trade bars to event tickets is 100 to 1. So that 9,000 trade bars that is included in the free Tamriel Tones Battle Pass will be worth the equivalent of 90 event tickets. Now, I admit we don't yet know how much items like the Dragon's Treasure Trove furnishing will cost. They might cost a lot, but why it would be disproportionately insanely higher than the value in event tickets, that is just a logical leap. So say something like this costs 30 or 50 event tickets. That means it'll cost 3,000 or 5,000 trade bars. I had someone saying every single item in the Gold Coast Bazaar will cost 9,000 trade bars, but they would have to just completely take the value of event tickets and inflate it arbitrarily and pointlessly. So if a fragment of something cost 10 event tickets before, it'll be 1,000 trade bars. And again, you get 9,000 for free with the Battle Pass, and that's on top of, what's going to be about 4,000 to 5,000 trade bars with each event. They have an event every month. That means over the course of the season, you'll be getting more than 20,000 trade bars, which should be more than enough to get whatever you want. And also, they haven't been specific about this, but they have said, Zos has said, you'll be able to get trade bars through other forms of gameplay as well. So no, there's no indication that every good item in the Gold Coast Bazaar will cost you all your trade bars. Even if that Horde furnishing or whatever else does cost like 9,000 bars, you'll also be able to get a lot more through events. This is just what they're giving you, again, for free through the Battle Pass. All right, crazy claim number 5. There are no new dungeons or zones this year. People have been saying, without any actual real content coming out, even free is too high of a price to pay for this year's content in ESO. Okay, let's take a look at this. So first of all, at some point in the reveal stream, this is showcased in my video covering the highlights of the stream. Susan Kath does just drop the bomb of saying, what if we went and explored what's going on in Winterhold? So in my mind, it's highly likely that they're going to release Winterhold soon as a new zone. It could be at the end of this year. Remember that just because they put out this one roadmap doesn't mean it's complete. The fact that Greymoor is going to be free at the end of this year is kind of a leading indication to me. And if it doesn't come out this year, it'll probably come out early next year. I would not be surprised if Winterhold or even some other zone came out later in the year. The roadmap might change over time. And she did mention Winterhold in the stream. Now, on top of that, we are getting the new Night Market event zone. That won't be there all the time, but it is happening this spring and then again in the fall. So that just objectively is a new zone. And it has the equivalent of dungeons within it. It has these 4-player instances where you fight a boss, and there's even the equivalent of a trial within this new zone. These 4-player instances are essentially just like dungeons, even down to the point where they drop monster masks. So there will be new monster sets, masks and shoulders. There will be 4-player activities, and the night market, even if it is an event zone, is still a new zone. So again, that is just factually incorrect. Winterhold is a maybe, but the night market is a new zone, and it's going to have the equivalent of a dungeon, or actually multiple dungeons, because there's multiple bosses, and there will be a trial, and that's on top of the trial that's going to come this summer or fall as well. There is going to be a actual full trial this year too. So I admit the content is lighter than in previous years, but this idea that we're not getting anything in terms of real new content this year is just false. There's also going to be naval battles during the summer where we're going to be on ships fighting each other or fighting monsters. I don't really know what's going to be, but there is going to be a lot of new content this year. And again, it's all going to be free. All right, moving on to crazy claim number 6. This one is one of the least factually based of them all. I can't believe that people are actually thinking this, but the claim is that pure class imbalances are not being addressed this year. I keep seeing people saying we need to just revert subclassing. That would be a PR nightmare, and it would just make the game even worse. What we need to do is make pure classes competitive with subclassing, and that's exactly what they're doing. Over the next couple of years, ZOS is going to go through every single class in the game and completely refresh what its abilities do, how they look, and how they sound, starting with the Dragon Knight, which is getting its refresh with Update 49. They are changing so much about the Dragon Knight, and in this article covering all these changes, the devs talk about how this is in direct response to subclassing. So this idea that the developers are just ignoring subclassing, just letting it continue to ruin the game, again, just completely factually incorrect. They are going through every single class, completely changing the way it looks, sounds, feels. In this same update, they are refreshing two-handed weapon animations. I've been seeing some really good clips of that recently. It looks amazing. And then later on in Update 49, they are even refreshing the werewolf. So no, the idea that they're just letting subclassing run rampant without fixing pure classes, you just have to be misinformed to think that it is factually incorrect. So I've also heard that Seals of Endeavor are going away. I can kind of understand that because they're changing the name, but this rumor has been circulating that they're also going to get rid of all your crown gems that you get from opening crown crates. That's just so crazy. I don't think the devs will actually ever directly address it, so I will. No, crown gems aren't going anywhere because crown crates aren't going anywhere. Why would crown gems be going anywhere? That just is completely nonsensical. But again, when it comes to Seals of Endeavor, yes, they are changing the name. They're just called Seals now. Yes, the Endeavor system is being removed, where every week and every day you go in and do various activities to get your endeavors. And if you miss it for a day or a week, you lose those seals. But they're not getting rid of seals in general, and they're still going to do the same thing. You'll be able to buy Crown Crate items with them, and you're actually getting more of them now. They're just changing the name. That's it. And the idea that crown gems are going away, I don't know. You guys have spent too much time on Reddit. I just don't know what else to say. All right, we're on the home stretch now. The next one is the idea that ESO Plus is getting more expensive. No, it's not. They're not raising the price of ESO Plus, and actually you're getting more with it now. This was directly addressed in the reveal stream. Either Susan Cath or Nick Giacomini said directly ESO Plus is not going up in price. But as I mentioned, 12 months of membership equals one free Premium Plus Tamriel tome. You can use it for whatever you want, whichever tome you want to get in the Premium Plus version. You also get a 10% increase to your rate that you earn tome points, which is how you progress the Tamriel tome. And for every month you're a member, you get 2,000 tome points to help progress through the battle pass. On top of that, ESO Plus members can now carry 3,000 transmutation crystals at a time. That's triple. It's also triple for non-members, up from 500 to 1,500. Furnishing limits are going up for both members and non-members, but ESO Plus members get double the increase to furnishing limits. Similarly, antiquity lead durations or expiration times are going up for everybody, but again, they're doubled for ESO Plus members. Some of them will last a year now. So no, ESO Plus is not getting more expensive, and actually you get more bang for your buck. It's fine if you still feel like it's not worth it. I know a lot of people do. That's your opinion. It really doesn't matter to me. But just please stop saying it's getting more expensive. That's just disinformation, and it's just not true. All right, this is one of the ones where I hesitate to even include it because it's absolutely so crazy. But I've been hearing a rumor that they're removing daily crafting writs with update 49, and I don't have any article reference for this or anything. And they never mention this in the stream because it's too crazy. I'll just say, no, daily crafting writs are not getting removed. Why would they do that? Like, why would? Okay, the idea is like a lot of the daily things are going away, like login rewards and daily endeavors are all being lumped into the Tamriel tomes. So I guess people are now saying like every single daily thing is going away, but no, you'll still have the daily zone quests and the guild quests and everything. The undaunted quests, it's all gonna those dailies are still gonna be there, including the crafting writs. So no, no, that's not happening. Again, if you think that you spend way too much time on Reddit. Okay, we're on to the last claim, and this one is more subjective, but I have, I think, a pretty nuanced view on this. Again, I am not some Zos or ESO apologist. When the game is bad, I say so, but when people are just dead wrong about it, I also give my opinion. So people have been saying a lot that these changes mean that ESO is dead or dying or going into maintenance mode. I think it's actually the opposite. Based on my analysis and my research, I've been talking a lot recently. Check out some of my recent videos about Project Blackbird, about these interviews the lead devs have been coming out with recently, especially the one where Susan Kath says that a lot of the people working on ESO were also supposed to be working on Blackbird at the same time. This project that was Matt Fear's brainchild that was sucking resources and people out of ESO to go work on it. So what she said is they actually have more people working on the game now. And with Blackbird gone, they definitely have more money to invest into it. And with Matt Fear gone and Rich Lambert put into a ceremonial position, Nick Giacomini and Joe Burba can really get to work on making the game better and fixing fundamental problems. That's what they're doing. They're going in and fixing fundamental problems with the game. And that kind of thing future proofs it. If you keep putting band aids on something, maybe you can keep pushing it down the road year by year, season by season, update by update. But real longevity comes from making the overall quality of the game better, doing things like fixing and refreshing and updating all the classes, getting rid of paywalls, all of the incredibly deep and complex and meaningful player experience changes they're coming out with starting in update 49. This doesn't speak to me of a dying game. This speaks to me of a game that was dying because all of its resources were being reallocated into something else. But now the people responsible for that are gone, and the people who are left are able to put the pieces back together and make ESO into what was always destined to be the best MMO on the market by far. Its visuals, its lore, everything about it, except maybe some people would say the combat is superior to every other product out there. And I think finally Microsoft and ZOS realize that they are doubling down on this game, jettisoning Blackbird, jettisoning the people who were involved with it to make sure ESO thrives and survives. Now, will this work? Is this a guarantee that the game won't die? Absolutely not. But actually, rigorous and thoughtful analysis of the facts of the matter would lead any reasonable person to at least have some degree of skeptical hope. The factors that were causing the decline are gone. And what the recent, just incredibly improved communication from the team is showing me is that the change in leadership wasn't just ceremonial. The new leaders really have a different view for how the game should be run. They're communicating with the players more. They're actually responding to and incorporating feedback. To me, this is a good sign. Is it enough to save ESO to push it back to the heights it was at one point? I don't know. I don't know the future, but I do look at the trends and I can make the assumption that ESO is now on an upward trajectory when it was going down before. So, no, personally, I don't think this news shows that ESO is dying or dead. People have been saying that since 2014. I think now, actually, for basically the first time ever, we can say the opposite. I think that the golden age of ESO is coming, and I hope you'll all be there to share it with me. Thank you so much for listening to my list. I really just hope to clear up some misinformation here, poke some fun at the biggest doomers and haters out there. But really, this is meant to be informative, also, entertaining, right? But I just think a lot of people are hearing these very loud but incorrect voices on the subject. And I wanted to get the actual information out there. So if you appreciate that, please subscribe, share the video with your friends, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to finish up here, as always, with a prayer to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Lord, thank you for all these changes to ESO. Lord, I ask that you open people's eyes to all the new value that's being added to the game, to the new approach the developers are taking. Lord, thank you for all the hard work of the developers at ESO, at ZOS. Please bless them in their endeavors to make the game better for all its players. Please spread the light of knowledge and truth throughout the community so that people understand what's really happening and aren't caught up in doomer miasma. Lord, I thank you for my channel. I give all glory to you, Lord. Please continue to help my channel grow and reach more people, all to the glory of your name. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to plug the Spopes Army membership one more time. I have membership options starting just $1 a month. You can go up from there. It all comes with perks. It all helps support me. You can also support me directly by leaving me a super thanks in the comments. Please do like the video, hype it, and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. When you do subscribe, please turn on notifications because I'll be back soon with new content. Again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope the video was helpful. I'll see you all soon.